A very serious subject, a very upsetting subject. A Libyan militant, that gentleman right there, cleared of murder in the 2012 Benghazi attack. But he was found guilty on terror charges. Kris Paronto is with us now. He's the man who was there in Benghazi when all this went down. I want your reaction to the news that that man was not found guilty. He was found innocent, I guess, of the murder charges. Go.
First of all, the thing should never have got into a criminal court. It's not a criminal issue. This is a war. This is a murder during a wartime operation or during a combat operation. The best thing that should have happened to this guy, in his case, should have been a military tribunal. The worst thing, or the best case in my scenario, would be that extraction team actually putting a bullet in his head and not bringing him back over. Well, you don't. You're setting a bad precedent, Stuart.
But you can't
do that.
But the problem in the courtroom, the problem for the jury, was that our government had spent $7 million on a guy who informed on him, and he was a paid informer, and ratted him out. And, you know, he could have pointed the finger at anybody. That was the fault in the case. The prosecutors really ran a very bad case here.
And you're wasting money, and that's why you don't do this to terrorists. How do you give a terrorist due process? How do you give a terrorist protection under our constitutional law? You go grit the guy. As a terrorist, you interrogate him, and then you put him in Gitmo. That's what you do. Or you eliminate him. That's what needs to be done to terrorists. By putting it into a criminal court, this is what happens. Now, and it becomes a complete sideshow.
There's no doubt in your mind that he was the mastermind behind this?
No, he wasn't the mastermind. No? He was there. He did fire his weapon. The mastermind, that term, that was set by the old administration. And what they were trying to do is find a scapegoat. They're trying to get this thing quieted down. The Obama administration, of course, Hillary, because of her election, by saying this guy's the mastermind and we got him, the problem goes away. It's kind of like naming the wrong killer during a murder spree. And this guy, that's what they're trying to do. He was there. He did take part of it. He is a terrorist. He did fire his weapon. He was part of the killing of Ambassador Stevens and Sean Smith. But to say he was the mastermind, no, that's incorrect. I
want to go out. I've only got 30 seconds. I'm going to go out on this. How do you take it personally? What was your personal reaction when you heard that verdict?
My personal reaction was what you see right now, disgust. The Beltway, and I think I even set this out on Twitter, the Beltway needs an enema. It definitely does. Politicians and attorneys get involved with terrorist activities, and this is what happens. And you see complete injustice, and it just showed our weaknesses again to the terrorist community.
Kris Paronto, always a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed for being with us, sir, and we honor your service.
Thanks again, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.